Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the GreenWave podcast by Synergy International. I'm your host, Zinni. This week, we're focusing on the efforts of the Spanish government to bolster its green hydrogen industrial infrastructure with some good old-fashioned industrial policy. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez grabbed the bull by the horns last week and at the same time managed to mock the Donald, aka US President Trump, when he declared green, baby, green, to kick off a €1.3 billion scheme to develop green hydrogen hubs across his country. Let's give PM Sanchez a robust olé and expand upon the significance of his government's sustainable initiatives. It doesn't take astonishing recall power to remember much of the motivation and political drive behind the Spanish sustainable push comes in the long wake of last October's devastating floods in Valencia and the surrounding suburbs. We were headed to Spain for meetings at the time and wrote in our LinkedIn column, "Driving down the A5 to Madrid from Lisbon was not what you'd expect at the start of a business trip. The military convoys poured onto the motorway, and you were left wondering if you were in some kind of violation by being in the middle of all the military vehicles. Of course, these lines of jeeps and heavy equipment eventually turned south towards Valencia to battle the devastation of last week's killer, DANA, which stands for Depresión Aislada en Niveles Altos. Moving ahead in time, the Spanish government's latest industrial policy moves signal a deepening commitment for both Spain and Europe's sustainable energy future. By earmarking €1.3 billion to support green hydrogen hubs, Spain is positioning itself not just as a national leader, but is furthering its position as the major European player in the global transition to renewable energy. We've made clear Synergy International's involvement with green hydrogen projects and our views on GH2 as a potential cornerstone for decarbonising heavy industry, transport, and power sectors. And in last week's pod, we highlighted both the current strengths and weaknesses of the European GH2 business climate. So, it's great to see Spanish leaders making a concerted push to leverage this technology as a pathway to economic resilience, energy independence, and environmental restoration. Given the public backlash to the Valencia environmental debacle, the Spanish government is acutely aware that the path to environmental recovery and political popularity lies in sustainable development. This bold investment in green hydrogen is a clear signal that Spain is willing to channel public resources into building a resilient, future-proof energy system. PM Sanchez's enthusiastic proclamation is more than just rhetoric. It's a strategic move that sends ripples across the energy sector and European policy circles. By doubling down on renewable energy investments, Spain is carving out a leadership role in a sector that the European Union has identified as key to its long-term energy security and climate objectives. The EU's new competitive compass is designed to boost industries that are at the forefront of sustainable technology, and Spain's Green Hydrogen Initiative is a prime example of how national policies can align with European priorities. Spanish industrial policy in this arena is multifaceted. It not only provides direct funding for infrastructure, but also supports research, development, private investment, and innovation across the hydrogen value chain. By establishing dedicated hubs, Spain is creating environments where industry, academia, and government can collaborate to overcome technical and economic barriers. These hubs are expected to accelerate the scale-up of green hydrogen production, accelerate public-private capital formation, and reduce costs through economies of scale, and promote the exchange of best practices across regions. This integrative approach is essential in a technology where the commercial leap from pilot projects to full-scale deployment remains a significant challenge. Moreover, Spain's push for green hydrogen is set against the broader backdrop of European efforts to decarbonise the continent. As one of the strongest economies in Europe and a leader in renewable energy adoption, Spain's proactive measures are expected to inspire and bolster similar initiatives across the EU. The strategic interlinking of national and European policies is crucial for building a robust, interconnected energy infrastructure. Spain's commitment effectively acts as a catalyst that can help harmonise policies, attract private investment, and drive cross-border collaborations that are essential for achieving the EU's ambitious climate goals. For industries, this initiative translates into tangible opportunities. Manufacturing sectors, transport networks, and even local governments stand to benefit from a more reliable and sustainable energy supply. By integrating green hydrogen into their operations, companies can reduce their carbon footprints and meet stricter environmental regulations at the source. The anticipated technological advancements and cost reductions from Spain's focused investments are expected to create a ripple effect, stimulating economic growth while also paving the way for large-scale industrial decarbonisation. At the same time, Spanish leadership in green hydrogen sends an important message to global investors. In an era where energy security and climate resilience have become top priorities, Spain's clear policy direction offers a stable investment landscape. The EU, through initiatives like its Competitive Compass, is looking to tap into these national policies to create a unified and competitive market for sustainable energy technologies. This creates a virtuous cycle. Innovations drive cost reductions, which in turn spur further investments, and the cumulative effect is a rapid expansion of green energy infrastructure across Europe. By investing in green hydrogen, Spain is building a bridge between immediate climate challenges and long-term industrial competitiveness. This strategic move will not only bolster Spain's renewable energy capacity, but also strengthen the EU's broader ambition of achieving energy independence and climate neutrality. As the world watches, Spain is setting a new standard for how industrial policy can drive both economic and environmental progress in the 21st century. As our GreenWave Gazette readers know, corporate sustainability has also taken centre stage in the wake of the Davos Economic Conference, where global leaders clashed last week over the future path of our planet. Some voices are calling for deregulation and a renewed reliance on fossil fuels, while others champion bold climate action. In these discussions, a clear divide emerged. European companies seem to be advancing their climate goals faster than many of their Chinese peers. This divergence matters because it highlights how regional approaches to sustainability can shape global outcomes. And it's not just the big players at work. There's exciting development on the ground, like the Democratic Republic of Congo's plan to create the Kivu-Kinshasa Green Corridor. This ambitious initiative is designed to promote sustainable development and preserve biodiversity, showing that even resource-rich regions can lead the way toward a greener future. Meanwhile, we at Synergy International continue to promote the new reality that sustainability is no longer a nice-to-have issue for a politically motivated cohort. It's becoming a business imperative. In a world beset by geopolitical, climate, and policy challenges, companies are increasingly seeing sustainable practices as essential for long-term success. Embracing sustainability means more than just reducing emissions. It's about future-proofing businesses against volatile markets and shifting regulatory landscapes. When companies invest in clean technologies and sustainable practices, they're not just helping the environment, they're also setting themselves up for resilience and growth in an uncertain global economy. The urgency to transition to sustainable energy sources has never been greater. Making this shift is crucial, not only to mitigate the worst effects of climate change, but also to meet the ambitious targets set by global agreements. Cleaner energy solutions will drive us closer to achieving a balance between our industrial needs and the planet's health. Over in the United Kingdom, the Labour government is rolling out a new phase of planning reforms aimed at accelerating approvals for both housing and clean energy infrastructure. The intention behind these reforms is to spur development and streamline processes that have long hindered progress. However, environmental groups are voicing concerns that in speeding up approvals, some key environmental protections might be compromised. This situation underscores yet another perennial challenge in sustainability, balancing rapid development with the need to maintain robust environmental safeguards. It's a delicate dance that will shape how effectively the UK can meet its sustainability goals while supporting growth. And finally, there's an inspiring story from Vietnam, where an innovative financing plan has been the driving force behind a new wind farm project. This breakthrough demonstrates that creative financial solutions can unlock sustainable energy projects in emerging markets, even when traditional funding avenues might fall short. By opening new pathways for investment, projects like these not only help meet local energy demands, but also contribute to global efforts to reduce carbon emissions and foster renewable energy adoption. Each of these stories, highlighted in the GreenWave Gazette, plays a crucial role in the sustainability puzzle, highlighting how policy, business strategy, technological innovation, and creative financing all intertwine to push our world toward a cleaner, more resilient future. On our LinkedIn page this week, we posted about capital markets hitting new highs on green bonds, about why we are unable to deal with climate change, and about Europe's growing opposition against the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive. We encourage all our listeners to follow our Synergy International LinkedIn page. We're always trying to find the freshest takes in the sustainable world that establish our value above replacement credentials. The GreenWave Gazette also dove deep this week to expand our calendar of upcoming global sustainability events, each one a unique opportunity to connect, learn, and drive change. First up, Sustainability Live London is coming up this month. Although the exact dates are yet to be confirmed, this conference will gather top sustainability executives for keynote speeches, panel discussions, and vibrant networking. Fashion meets sustainability at Fashion Futures Dubai on February 6th at Dubai Design District. Hosted by Vogue Business, this event explores how innovation and investment can transform the fashion industry. Hydrogen enthusiasts, mark your calendars for the H2 Forum in Berlin, March 4th to 5th. Expect real-world use cases, success stories, and frank discussions on overcoming challenges in the hydrogen sector. Next, GLF Forests 2025, in Bonn and online, April 24th to 25th, brings focus to forest conservation and climate change. Follow that with Change Now 2025, in Paris, April 25th to 27th, where impact leaders gather for workshops and dynamic discussions. In May, we spotlight two key events, the Hydrogen Economy Forum in Kuching, Malaysia on May 13th, and the World Hydrogen Summit 2025 in Rotterdam, exact dates pending, uniting global hydrogen innovators. Also, in May, the International Hydrogen Technologies Congress in Izmir, Turkey on May 25th offers groundbreaking insights into hydrogen tech. Looking further ahead, the 20th SDEWES conference in Dubrovnik in September, and COP30 2025 in Belém, Brazil, November 10th to 21st, promise to be much-touted gatherings for sustainable development and global climate action. Well, that's a wrap on our 6th GreenWave podcast episode. We hope you enjoyed listening. Links to the news and events cited on the pod can be found in our notes section. We can be found wherever you listen to your podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Podchaser, Boomplay, and Player FM. And if you missed any of our GreenWave Gazette editions, don't worry. You can catch us on LinkedIn, X, Facebook, Instagram, or directly on our website, synergy-international.net. We'll continue to reflect on the major themes that guide sustainable finance and global policy. Until next time, keep riding the green wave of sustainability.